The most productive Revit users are the ones who use Dynamo. To be more productive than that, you need to learn programming to be able to automate tasks and execute complex tasks that Revit couldn't do otherwise. Problem is, learning this is such a commitment that you're really building a career in programming and not really being an architect or engineer anymore. Well, with the advancement of AI, we now have a Revit plugin that you can talk to in plain English, and it will use AI to generate custom code to complete complex automated tasks that you ask it to do. It's a Revit plugin that makes Revit plugins. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use it. The future is now. Let's go. So as I said, the tool is called the BIMLOGIQ Copilot. Here I am on the BIMLOGIQ website. The link is going to be up in the cards above and also down in the description of this video. Here you can download the add-in for a free 30-day trial to test it out. I encourage you to do that now and then follow along with the video and try to use some of these prompts or just test it out however you like and try to use AI to actually create plugins within Revit. So now, without any further ado, let's jump straight into Revit. So here we are in Revit. As you can see, I have my project 2 from the beginner course, and here I have created a scope box that's basically encompassing the restrooms. Now I would like to use this scope box in order to create 3 separate 3D views with section boxes just showing each individual level, the restrooms for that level. And now we're going to be creating a prompt with the BIMLOGIQ Copilot. Now the BIMLOGIQ Copilot is going to appear like this as a new tab in Revit, and then here you can see the Copilot. Now if you're starting it for the first time, you need to go click here on the account and create an account. Then you just click on Copilot and it's going to open up this panel over here. It's usually going to be on the right side. I have just moved it so I don't interfere with the prompts, so you can see the prompts. So anyways, here I'm just going to now place a prompt. I have already typed this out. So I'm going to say create a 3D view based on the scope box restrooms. That's how the scope box is called. Here you can see it says restrooms for level 2, level 3, and level 4 in the project. Use the pending level for base constraint and level above for top constraint for each 3D view. For each of the top constraints include a minus 1000 millimeter offset. So we don't see the floor above. I just want to see that, I want to include that offset. Name each of the newly created 3D views restrooms as a prefix and then the level of the base constraint. So this is what I want from the BIMLOGIQ Copilot to do. Now, to be a bit more accurate, instead of just saying level 2 because it doesn't know, is it a level 2 floor plan, is it a level 2 the actual level, is it the level 2 ceiling plan, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go here to level 2, and then instead of that I'm just going to type in at, and then I'm going to say level 2, and here as you can see it says this is grid level, so that's level 2, and now it's highlighted like this in blue, so it's actually connecting the level from Revit to the BIMLOGIQ Copilot. I'm going to do the same thing for levels 3 and 4. And I'm going to do the same thing for the scope box restrooms. So here I'm just going to go at restrooms, and here it recognized that as a scope box that already exists. So now that's also highlighted, and now we can get started. So I'm just going to go here and click send, and I have sent this message to AI, which is now going to start developing a plugin. Now, in a lot of cases, it's going to ask you some questions just to make sure that it understands what you want to do and just to clarify some things. So in this case, it says to proceed with creating the 3D views, I need a bit more information. For level 4, since there is no level specified above it, what should be used for the top constraint? So here I'm just going to say, please use, and then I'm going to go with at level 5. Okay, attach that level and then hit send. And now, as you can see, we have successfully created three new 3D views. If I scroll down here in the project browser, you can see we have 3 of them. It used the naming convention that I have set up, the restrooms and then the level. So if I open this one up, it's going to create that one. If I open up this one, so that's level 3, and this is level 4. As you can see, it has adjusted the section box to exactly fit that level, and yeah, it looks amazing. So this is something that would have taken me some time to adjust manually. It would have been annoying, and in this case I only did it for 3. Imagine if you have a larger project, let's say a building with 20 or 30 floors. This would be a nightmare to do manually. Like this, it has only taken us 2 prompts, and this is what we get. So now let's move on to the second example. And this will be the second example. So here you can see we have just a few rooms with some doors, and here we have doors that open towards the rooms. Now for each of these doors we have a parameter called opening direction. Now I would like this parameter to include the opening direction, so is it a left or right door, and to which room it opens to. So this one opens to room 5.8, this one opens to the room 5.9, and so on. Now this would be a really tedious task even for only a few doors that we have here. Now imagine it on an extremely large project where you can have hundreds or even thousands of doors. This would be a nightmare. Now we're just going to be doing that rather quickly by using the BIMLOGIQ Copilot. Now you can see that we have the previous prompts available here. Now I'm just going to go here to new and start a new chat, so we're basically starting from scratch again. Now I'm just going to paste the prompt here, which I've already typed out. So here I'm going to say, in this view, analyze every single door item based on the direction of the door panel. Use opening direction parameter to include this information. The way that if the door handle is located on the left side, mark it as L, or if not, mark it as R. Text in the opening direction parameter format should be room number. If the door panel swings towards inside of the room, use that room's number. This prefix should be followed by L or R depending on the panel orientation. Now I'm just going to send that. And here we go. Now this task has been successfully executed. So if I select one of these doors, you can see in the opening direction parameter we have 5.8 and then R for right. This one is 5.9, L for left, and so on. So it actually did a really good job in determining the door swing and to which room this is opening to, which is really, really cool. Now imagine this, as I said, on 1,000 doors. This can save you so much time. And finally, let's now move to the next example. Now this will be an example with parking spaces. Now this is something that we get quite a lot with clients and with our projects, where you want to number these parking spaces, but Revit really doesn't have a very good way of numbering them. Now what we want to do now is just place a tag for each one of these parking spaces and just tag them numerically how they stand. So I'm just going to do that right now. So I'm going to go here to the BIMLOGIQ Copilot, click on New, and then here in the prompt, I'm just going to paste my prompt. So I'm saying this: mark all M parking spaces items visible in the current view using mark instance parameter. Then tag them sequentially in ascending order starting from 1. Place tags centered within the M parking space without leader applied. Use the parking tag standard family and type. Now here I'm just going to change this to be actually referencing the correct family. So let's go with M parking space. So we can go with the family, or we can go with the exact type that we've used. So I'm just going to go with that. And then here for the place tags, I'm just going to repeat that over here as well. And finally, for the parking tag, I'm going to replace that with the actual family as well. So let's go with the parking tag, and here we have that tag family. And now I'm just going to send this prompt. And this is the result, and this is actually really cool. So it goes from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, imagine if you have a large parking lot, this would be a nightmare to do. this is only one prompt and it gets the job done. Now, what we can also do is we can go here and click on save this task as a command. So what this will do is it's basically going to save it for future use. So I'm just going to send that prompt. And now, as you can see, it has successfully been saved. What that means is now we can go here to commands and it's going to start loading in commands. And on top here, we can see mark and tag parking spaces sequentially. So this is now the command that we have created. Now, I would also like to encourage you to check out what's available over here. As you can see, we have a lot of these public commands that people have created that you can then just use. So you don't have to go through the chat and give it prompts and then wait for the code to be generated. Instead of that, you can have these completed prompts that are completed commands actually that you can use in order to make changes to your model and to automate tasks. So feel free to explore that. This is kind of your personal one, as you can see here. And then when that opens up, it basically asks you here, you can put in the parking family type, the tag family type, and the starting number, and just run that command for any project in the future. It's all going to be saved here. Apart from the commands, we also have the code, and then here you can just insert code and run that. So if you know how to code, which I have no idea how to do, well, you can use that as well. So that's kind of a bit more advanced, but for us architects who don't do math, we have the chat and we have the commands, and this is what we can use to automate our tasks and workflows. I'm really impressed with this plugin and this tool. I have played around with it a little bit and I see so many possibilities, so I would really encourage you to check it out yourself. Again, as I said, the link is up in the cards above and also down in the description of this video. You get a free 30-day trial, get it, test it out, and see what you can do and how you can automate your workflows. Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to check out my website, balkanarchitect.com, for more Revit courses. There I have over 120 hours of content, and I'm adding more each week. Make sure to subscribe for more videos, and also I've added a video over there that might interest you as well.